class, good morning. We are the Group 5 Sirit and we are about to discuss the UAE and Qatar architecture. Alam niyo ba class, anong meron sa UAE and Qatar architecture? Sirit, pag-usapan natin yan.
Timeless,
Intricate.
Futuristic,
and astounding.
These are the few words that undeniably describe the architecture of United Arab Emirates and Qatar.
In fact, in this presentation,
you can expect to discover more and see some of the most representative examples of international modern architecture of these countries, which are known for their innovation and dynamism. Alan, my name is John Dino Florendo.
lovely Maktoum,
Chris Ron Giongpan
Mike Angelo C. Fajardo, and together, let's explore the eminence of the UAE and Qatar architecture. Okay, so the first time you lay eyes on the United Arab Emirates, it feels like you've arrived in a science fiction story come to life. In fact, less than 50 years ago, the UAE as we know it didn't even exist. It is a collection of independent sheikdoms. Sheikdoms meaning is, it is a geographical area or society ruled by a tribal leader called Sheikh. Due to the country's rapid growth, both from urbanization and cultural perspectives, it has led to the development of some of the most interesting architectural designs on the planet. Designs you can see for yourself when you travel to the UAE with us. Okay, so in my part, we are going to discuss the geography and geology, climate, religion and culture, history, and UAE architecture. Okay, so the geographical influences of the UAE is situated in the Southwest Asia, bordering the Gulf of Oman and the Persian Gulf. Between Oman and Saudi Arabia, it is a strategic location along southern approaches to the Strait of Hormuz, a vital transit point of world crude oil. For the geological influences, 4/5 of the UAE is desert but has a contrasting landscapes. Most of the coast consists of salt pans that extend far inland. Numerous islands are found in the Persian Gulf. The desert area of Abu Dhabi includes two important oases, the Liwa Oasis and the Al Buraimi Oasis. And also the Lake Zakr is a man-made lake near the border of Oman. Now we're going to the climate of the UAE. The climate of the UAE is subtropical arid with hot summers and warm winters. The region is prone to occasional violent dust storms which can severely reduce visibility. The Jebel Ais mountain cluster in Ras Al Khaimah has experienced snow only twice since records began. Now, we are going to the religion and culture. Islam is the largest and the official state religion of UAE. The government follows a policy of tolerance toward other religions and rarely interferes in the activities of non-Muslims. Based on the Ministry of the Economy census in 2005, 76% of the total population was Muslim, 9% Christian, and 15% other. Among Emirati citizens, 85% are Sunni Muslims, while Shia Muslims are 15%. The United Arab Emirates has a diverse society. Emirati males prefer to wear a kandura, an ankle-length white tunic woven from wool or cotton. An Emirati woman wear an abaya, a black overgarment that covers most parts of the body. Bani Yas, or the largest tribe, Awamir and Manasir, roamed the vast sandy areas that almost cover all of the Emirates of Abu Dhabi and Dubai for numerous generations. Camels have been used for transportation in the desert. Façades, an efficient traditional irrigation system, used to water the gardens, systems that enable water to be transported from the mountains to the plains, led to the constructions of the permanent settlement sites along with agriculture. The oldest façade is which dates back to 1000 BC. Trading by the sea have been a very profitable activity for those who resided along the coastline during the old times. Wooden dhows were used to wander the Indian Ocean, bringing back new foods and new ideas. And harvesting fish was the traditional lifeblood of the community, a valuable source of protein since time immemorial. Okay, so now we are going to the history of the United Arab Emirates. In the 19th century, the British signed a series of agreements with the individual emirates that resulted in the area becoming known as the Trucial States. The Trucial States were a group of sheikdoms in the southeastern Persian Gulf, previously known to the British as the Pirate Coast, which were signatories to treaties with the British government. At the beginning of 1968, when the British announced their intention to withdraw from the Arabian Gulf, Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, or this person is the former president of the United Arab Emirates for more than 30 years, which acted rapidly to establish closer ties with the Emirates. Agreement was reached between the rulers of the six Emirates, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sarah, Al-Qain, Fujairah, and Amman, and the federation to be known as the United Arab Emirates. It was formally established on December 2, 1971. Now, the capital city is Abu Dhabi, located in the largest and the wealthiest of the seven Emirates. Now we are going to talk about the architectural structures and buildings in the United Arab Emirates. The United Arab Emirates architecture is inspired by Islamic architecture, Arabian architecture, and Persian architecture. Architecture in the United Arab Emirates, in 1900 or 1930, is called continuity of traditional architecture. Until the 1940s, most of the buildings were categorized as defensive, religious, residential markets, and public buildings. Emirati architecture, or better known as vernacular architecture in their country, reflects the traditional lifestyles and customs of the people. Building materials are simple, but well adapted to local living and climatic circumstances. The most prevalent building material was the date palm, which grows throughout the UAE whenever there is water. Persian influence on Emirati culture is noticeably visible in the traditional Emirati architecture and folk arts. For example, the Barjil has become an identifying mark of traditional Emirati architecture and is attributed to Persian influence. Barjil, or wind catcher, is a traditional Persian architecture element to create natural ventilations in buildings. The wind catcher can function in three ways: directing airflow downward using direct wind entry, directing airflow upwards using a wind-assisted temperature gradient, or directing airflow upwards using a solar-assisted temperature gradient. The need for a polemic on Arab or Islamic style has become desperately acute in countries where there was little original references to formal Islamic architecture to begin with. This is particularly apparent in the UAE. It is, however, surprising that, despite 3 decades of building, architectural style has been persistently reduced to a process of borrowing. This is most evident in the surface treatments, where we find a predominant use of arches to signify an Islamic or cultural touch.
The next topic is about Emirate of Abu Dhabi. The next one is Saeed National Museum. It is the Foster and Partners. This would be the cultural landmark of Abu Dhabi, and it is planned a museum to be located in Abu Dhabi, and it will be built on Saadiyat Island. The museum will be the centerpiece of the Saadiyat Island Cultural District and will showcase the history, culture, and more recently the social and economic transformations of the Emirates. The lattice towers have been designed to act as thermal chimneys, while cooling pipes buried beneath will release fresh air into the lobby. And this would be the Saeed National Museum. As you can see, the ventilations, the lighting, they also consider the shapes and the color combinations, and it is really nice. Perfect. Masdar Institute of Science and Technology is the world's first graduate-level university dedicated to providing real-world solutions to issues of sustainability, especially climate change. The Institute focuses on the science and engineering of advanced alternative energy, environmental and sustainability technologies. Consists of main building, a knowledge center, and student quarters. First solar-powered building at Masdar City, and windows is the residential buildings are protected by contemporary reinterpretations of Mashrabiyah. So this would be the Mashrabiyah, Masdar Institute Science and Technology. Galleries, educational and research space, a conservation laboratory, a center for contemporary Arab, Islamic, and Middle Eastern culture, and a center for art and technology. And it is inspired by traditional Middle Eastern covered courtyards and wind towers used to cool structures exposed to the desert sun. The museum's clusters of horizontal and vertical galleries of various sizes are connected by catwalks and plan around a central covered courtyard, incorporating natural features intended to maximize the energy efficiency of the building.
Emirate of Dubai. So the Emirates Towers was designed by Hazel W. Swong. It is a building complex Dubai that contains the Emirates Office Tower and Jumeirah Emirates Towers Hotel. So it stands as the 23rd and 47th tallest building in the world. Construction of the project was particularly challenging due to the requirement of the client, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, to be completed in 52 months. The Emirates complex is located in the financial center of the city on Sheikh Zayed Road and is a symbol of city of the Dubai, United Arab Emirates. It is silver coated aluminum panels and reflective glass also in silver. And copper, the contemporary and distinctive shape of these towers has become a symbol of modern Dubai. So as you can see, this is the building. So, the Burj Al Arab. It is designed by architect Tom Wright of WKK Architects. Architectural style high-tech and architectural concept modern yacht sail. Burj Al Arab is a luxury 7-star hotel located in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Stand on an artificial island 280 meters, 920 feet from Jumeirah Beach and is connected to the mainland by a private curving bridge. It took 3 years to reclaim the land from the sea and less than 3 years to construct the building itself. Its design and construction were managed by Canadian engineer Gregory of W.S. Atkins. Construction of the island began in 1994. The Arabian Tower is a stunning hotel built in shape of modern yacht sail to reflect Dubai's seafaring heritage, combined with the modern aspect moving towards into the future. The Pentominium. The Pentominium is designed by architect Andrew Bomberg of Architects ADAS. Architectural style is modernism. The Pentominium is a 122-story, 516 meters super tall skyscraper under construction in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Construction on the tower was halted since August 2011. The World Pentominium is apartment 2 of the World Penthouse and Condominium.
And now, let us discuss what is in the UAE and Qatar architecture. So what is in Qatar architecture? As you can see here, here is the influences. We have different influences now. We have geographical, the geological, the climatic, or the climate, or the religious. So here in Qatar architecture, we know here yung geographical niya is it is a peninsula in the east of Arabia, no? And bordering, as you can see in the map, it is a peninsula in the east of Arabia bordering the Persian Gulf and Saudi Arabia in a strategic location near major petroleum deposits. Ayan. So most of Qatar is monotonous, desert flatlands, although there are a few hills in west. The country also has no rivers. Walang rivers dito class, no? Ito sa climate. Qatar has a dry subtropical desert climate with low annual rainfall and intensity hot and humid summers, no? So yung religious na Manila, as we all know, no, na-discuss na to, no? Islam is the predominant religion talaga dito sa Qatar. So Qatar's official state is Wahhabi Islam. So the Christian population is composed almost entirely of foreigners. So yung mostly yung mga Christians lang na nakatira sa Qatar ay yung mga foreigners, no? Gaya ng mga, I don't know, but mostly na OFW na nakatira sa Qatar are Christians, no? Example yan. So no foreign missionary groups operate only in the country, but the government allows churches to conduct mass. So kahit na may pinagbabawal sila na may magkaroon ng mga missionary groups like sharing the gospel to the people around the country, but the government is allowing them naman na magkaroon sila ng church, no? So ito Wahhabism. yung nasabi ko kanina, na-discuss ko kanina, Wahhabism is a religious movement or sect or form of Sunni Islam, variously described as orthodox, ultra-conservative, austere, fundamentalist, puritanical adherents often object to the term Wahhabi or Wahhabism as derogatory and prefer to be called Salafi o Muwahhid. So, ito yung sa Sharia law. May law sila doon, class. So, yung Sharia law is the main source of Qatari legislation according to Qatar's constitution. So, there are two primary sources of Sharia law. Ito yung tatandaan natin. The precepts set forth in the Quranic verses o yung ayahs. An example set by the Islamic prophet Muhammad in the Sunnah. So, may ano pa pala, no? May influence pa. Kasama dito yung kultura nila. So, Qatar's culture is similar to the other countries in Eastern Arabia. So, ano yung mga countries na nasa Eastern Arabia? Similar lang din kung anong meron sa Qatar. So, Qatari culture is significantly influenced by Islam. So, mostly nasa mga East country, no, ay mostly madali lang silang makipagsabayan towards each other kasi they already have mostly have the same culture, no. And next influence na discuss natin is yung architecture nila. So, Qatar architecture reflect purely Western architecture, but there are also those such as the Museum of Islamic Art and Mishrib downtown Doha development that blend an Arab identity with a contemporary design. So, many of the latest buildings in Qatar represents modern Arab architecture. So, kahit nasa East sila, guys, nasa East sila, class, they also they reflect this purely Western architecture yung nasa West. Okay? Sige. Next is the history. Qatar has been inhabited for millennia. The Al Khalifa family of Bahrain dominated the area until 1868. No? So, yung Qatar is dominated siya, no, sa isang pamilya, the Al Khalifa family of Bahrain, from Bahrain, during the 1868. So the British negotiated the termination of the Bahraini claim except for the payment of tribute. So the tribute ended when the Ottoman Empire occupied Qatar in 1872. Ayan. Ay occupy sila ng Ottoman Empire, alam na natin to. So the Ottoman Empire fell into disorder after losing battles in different fronts in the Middle Eastern theater of World War I. Qataris took part in the Arab revolt against the Ottomans. So the revolt was successful and Ottoman rule in Qatar collapsed. No? So nagwagi yung mga Qatari. So the British recognized Sheikh Abdullah bin Hasim al-Thani as ruler. So the al-Thani family had lived in Qatar for 200 years. So sila yung sila mo yung mipuli, no? Sila yung nag-rule, no, after the World War I. During the 1950s naman and 1960s, gradually increasing oil revenues brought prosperity, rapid immigration, substantial social progress, and the beginning of Qatar's modern history. So yun na nga yung tinakil ni Sir, no? Yung dahil sa oil, no, naging bago ang lahat, yung kanilang yung alam natin yun, di ba? So on September 3, 1971, Qatar officially gained its independence from the United Kingdom and became an independent sovereign state. In June 2013, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani became the Emir of Qatar after his father handed over power in a televised speech. Sheikh Tamim has prioritized improving the domestic welfare of Qataris, including establishing advanced healthcare and education system and expanding the country's infrastructure in advance of hosting the 2022 World Cup. Doha is the capital city of the state of Qatar. So ngayon, we all know that Doha is the state of Qatar. Okay, so let's continue to discuss about the Qatar architecture. So here we have some examples of the buildings from Qatar. So the first one that I want to show you is the Qatar Science and Technology in Park Doha, which is it was built by the Woods Bagot. No, it is established in 2004, and the purpose of the science park is to spur the development of Qatar's knowledge economy. So it's all about science, and the QSTP functions by providing office and lab space to tenant companies in a complex of multi-user and single-user buildings. Here are some of the pictures. And here, next architecture na ipapakita ko sa inyo is the Qatar Education City Convention Center by Yamasaki Architects. So from the name of the architects, it looks like they are from Japan, no? So the building, the Qatar Education City Convention, is located in Garafat Al Rayyan on Dukhan Highway in Doha, Qatar. So it is officially opened on December 4, 2011. So the project need $720 million to complete the construction. Malaki yung budget nila para matapos lang talaga ang construction. So will become the Qatar Education City Convention Center will become the largest convention center in the Middle East. So, ito yung pinakamalaking convention center sa Middle East. So, the center will feature several performing halls including a 2,500-seat theater, an exhibition hall, and banquet facilities for up to 7,000 people. One of the features is the 3,500 square meters of solar panels providing 12.5% of the center's energy needs. So like by in 2013, QNC won the Best Events Venue at the Middle East Events Awards in 2013. Ayan. So here it is. No? Next building that I want to share with you is the Museum of Islamic Art in Qatar. So, sinasabi ko kanina, it's not just about yung influence sila sa Western architecture, but also they have this architecture, no, that is related in their religion, no, the Islam. So here it is, the Museum of Islamic Art in Qatar, designed by IMP. No, it is a museum located in the Qatari capital Doha. It was the first of its kind in Arab states of the Persian Gulf and has a very large collection of Islamic art. No? So, the new Museum of Islamic Art at Doha, Qatar was opened on December 1st, 2008. So the building covers 376,740 square foot area sited in Doha Bay in Arabian Gulf. The museum was built to house masterpieces spanning 3 continents from the 7th to 9th century. The building was completed in 2006.
And here are the other buildings in Abu Dhabi. In Dubai, and in Qatar.